This is a gold coin that has not seen the light of day in 50 years. It doesn't look like it's seen much daylight since it was minted in 1777. Look at the condition of this coin. It's amazing. It's part of a big collection, probably the world's most expensive coin collection that has just reemerged. We're going to talk about it in this video as we explore. I love discoveries like this. In fact, I have a whole playlist called Found Precious Metal Treasure. Now, these videos don't get very many views, but I like to document this stuff, and many people in the audience like to send me stories like this. Tony Erickson was very kind to send me this story, and this was quite intriguing. This very well could be the most expensive coin collection ever, and it could rewrite the annals of history. Before we get into that, well, if you're a stacker, well, that means you're probably not looking for old rare coins. However, Summit Metals, a channel sponsor, is expanding their selection now. But if you're a new stacker, I want you to check out the Stacker Starter Packs here, Summit Starter Packs. And if you're brand new, if you enter in the new customer code here, just like this, on the checkout, you will get a promotional 5 ounces of silver at spot price. And I'm talking real spot price, not what other bullion dealers post. This price here is the price that it is before the code is entered. But check it out at summitmetals.com. This is intriguing. From the Indian Defense Review, this is a fascinating story about a collection that has been hidden for decades. $160 million worth of gold treasure has been found 50 years hidden underground. This mysterious treasure has finally resurfaced, and experts say this discovery could rewrite history in ways no one has ever imagined. This collection of rare gold coins hidden underground for more than 50 years has been discovered and is now valued at over $100 million, or essentially about $160 million in Australian terms, but known as the Traveler Collection. This treasure is about to change the world of rare coins. Experts describe it as the most valuable numismatic collection ever to come to auction in its entirety, and its story is just as fascinating as the coins themselves. You know, I've had literal dreams about finding even just a Walking Liberty $50 or a Standing Liberty quarter laying on the side of the street or in a tunnel somewhere, and I just happen to find it, and I dig around and I find some more. And you know, these aren't rare coins; they're constitutional coins that can be had at most local coin shops for, you know, about silver spot price. But to be able to find something like this and rediscover it is amazing. And so this is quite a story here. Let's learn a little bit about this secret that has been buried during the chaos of war. After the 1929 Wall Street crash, a European collector and his wife began a quest to find the rarest and most historically significant coins. And I got to say, the Wall Street crash of 1929 didn't just affect the United States of America. Essentially, it was a world issue. It affected everyone. So they traveled across Europe and the Americas, gathering coins with a special eye for history, rarity, and beauty. And probably more than likely, this European collector was taking advantage of the market, because likely you're going to find good deals. That's when you do it, when the economy is depressed. Each piece was carefully recorded, creating a detailed archive of their growing treasure. As the threat of World War II grew stronger and Nazi forces moved across Europe, the collector made a fateful choice. To protect the collection, he packed the coins into cigar boxes with aluminum containers, then buried them underground. After that, he disappeared from history, and the location of the hidden treasure remained a mystery for decades. There's probably a lot more to this story than what we read here in these few sentences, but think about it. He must have felt like he was under threat of being captured. And this is a repeat of history time and time again, which is why many of these hoards are found many decades or even thousands of years later. They bury their treasure, and hopefully they can come back and acquire it. And such is the case when we see ancient Roman silver coins found in clay pots many thousands of years later. So it's pretty amazing that this has been done. Of course, the cigar boxes with aluminum containers, looks like this coin is very well preserved, as I showed you at the beginning of the video. But this traveler collection has come back to light right now. And before we get into the next part of this, I want to just think about this for a moment. Think about what could happen here. We could see a movie made about this whole thing. What an intriguing story this is. More than 50 years later, the collector's heirs rediscovered the coins. They moved the collection into a bank vault before bringing it to public auction. So that is amazing that they were able to find it. Somehow, maybe, perhaps, the original, the father or the uncle or whoever it was that hid these coins likely told their kids or their nephews or their offspring where it was, but to wait quite a while before getting it. Maybe they knew all along, but nonetheless, they moved the collection into a bank vault before bringing it to public auction. Numismatica Arts Classica, NAC, which is the auction house leading the sale, plans to showcase the collection over a 3-year series of auctions, and the first of which will begin on May the 20th of this year, 2025. The first auction will focus on British machine-struck coins, featuring monarchs from Charles II to George VI. The coins will be on public display throughout April at NAC's London office. Boy, that would be an intriguing visit to see that collection. According to Arturo Russo, the director of the NAC, many coins from the collection haven't been seen in over 80 years, and some were never even recorded in official records. Sounds like the originator did document much of what had been purchased, but others were a surprise to discover here. So that is intriguing. Now, one of the standout pieces is a 100 ducat gold coin, minted in 1629 for Ferdinand III of Habsburg, weighing a massive 348.5 grams. Man, that's amazing. Experts estimate its value to be about 1.35 million US dollars. That is something else. That's over a half of a kilo of gold right there. Man. Another highlight is the 70 ducat gold coin from Polish King Sigismund III, minted in 1621, weighing 243 grams and valued around 471,700 US dollars. Wow. And this is that coin here. This is the 1620. This is the 100 ducat coin. Let's take a closer look at that. And see what this looks like. This is something else. Wow. What a piece. And, this looks somewhat circulated. Although I tell you what, a coin that big, in reality, it really is probably fairly small. Gold, remember, is very dense. But look at the intricate detail in the collar work here and in the decorations here on the figure. Amazing indeed. What a beautiful coin. And it's just something. And the collection also features an extremely rare set of 5 Tolmans minted in Tehran and Isfahan during the late 18th and early 19th centuries by Agha Muhammad Khan Qajar. Only 5 full sets of these coins are known to exist, including one at the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford in the United Kingdom. And there that piece is. Wow. The Traveler's collection spans coins from more than 100 regions, covering a timeline from ancient civilizations to the modern era. Experts highlight as an exceptional range, superb quality, and the remarkable preservation of many coins. A press release from NAC emphasized that several types have never been offered in a public auction, underlying just how rare many of these coins are. Man, I tell you, thanks to the detailed archives kept by the original collector, researchers were able to trace the origins of many of the coins back to famous sales from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Now, I don't know if there's any American coins in here. It doesn't sound like there's much. I know he did go and travel to the Americas to find rarities, but I don't know that they're necessarily rarities from the United States of America. But nonetheless, it is quite intriguing. What a collection and what a find this is. This is a pretty big news, I would say. And so if you find this video informative, insightful, and entertaining, I hope you will consider sharing it with others, and also pressing the thumbs up button down below. I do attain to try to bring you the latest news and information on the world of precious metals, found precious metal treasure, and precious metal crimes. So I hope you will consider checking out other videos in that playlist. With that being said, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.